When I first came to Australia, my first boss, Roger Hook, who was an amazing mentor, and I look back on those days and think, wow, how lucky I was to have him. But one day I went over to his desk and we were talking about a job, and he said, "Oh, where's your eraser?" He probably said rubber, but let's just stick with eraser. He said, "Where's your eraser?" And I said, "Oh, it's back at my desk." And he goes, "Oh, no, you got to have your eraser with you all the time." And I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, right. If I make a mistake, so I started thinking, well, if I make a mistake, that's right, I should, mistakes happen. So if I make a calculation wrong, I should be able to erase it." And it wasn't, I mean, he probably meant that, he maybe meant that, but it wasn't until kind of much later, maybe even 20 years later, that I realized that he might have meant something completely different, right? He might have meant that this eraser is a philosophy. And that's what I've adapted. I've adapted this idea that having an eraser in your back pocket always is a philosophy. And if you get options, and exploring options is a part of that. And that is that if I have a deep set opinion about something, and somebody comes to me and presents something that contradict or is a better argument for that option, I'll change. I will change. I'm absolutely adaptable and changeable in that way. And I think that skill is great when it comes to engineering, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to explore options with clarity, right? And with openness. And I think that openness and that clarity is important for exploring different options, because what you want to do is you want to base your opinion, right? Base your solution on the merits of the project, right? Not your bias and your prejudice towards what might make you more money, what might be easier to engineer, what you're more familiar with. If you're allowed to explore these different options, then that's the best way to do engineering. But there are issues, right? Because I said to a client once, I said, we're going to explore 3 options, and within inside those options, we're going to explore, probably 3 or 4 in each one of those options. And they turned to me and said, "Damian, we don't want you to explore all these options. Just choose the right one and do it. So there's no need." And the day that happened made me realize how people perceive what you do, right? They perceive engineering to be black and white. They perceive engineering as there's only one solution, as one client said to me, "It's just maths, right? And you're using the same maths as everyone else. So there's just one solution." And that is just so not true. There are so many different, engineering is not black and white. There are so many different options, and you really need to take the time to explore each option when you're looking to find the right solution for the project.